Cincinnati's Riverfront is more than just a nice place to hang out. It tells the story of how this Queen City has changed over the years through hard work, a lot of setbacks, and big comebacks. What used to be land packed with factories and old warehouses is now filled with parks, restaurants, and places for families to come explore. After many years of being cut off from the downtown area, the Riverfront finally feels connected back to the city and is now a space where people can come together. It keeps the city's culture and history alive while also revealing how far it's come and its future. This huge transformation of this area showcases how important riverfronts are to the identity and growth of cities. Location-wise, the bank sits on a piece of land that is located between the Ohio River and the downtown area of Cincinnati. It is strategically placed in between the Bengals Paycor Stadium and the Great American Ballpark where the Reds play. In the early 1800s, Cincinnati emerged along the banks of the Ohio River, which quickly grew into a bustling hub and eventually the country's sixth largest city. The river was far more than just a body of water, it was Cincinnati's lifeline. It fueled the city's growth by transporting things like goods, people, and better opportunities. Many factories and warehouses lined the shores, pushing industrial expansion, which contributed to its rapid development. This thriving riverfront was nicknamed the Queen City because it reflected the city's rapidly growing position. As the city of Cincinnati continues to grow at a steady pace, the city needed much more than docks and river traffic to help keep up with the economy and its ever-growing population. So in 1876, the Roebling Suspension Bridge was constructed and completed, which created a vital connection between the city of Cincinnati and Covington, Kentucky. At this time, it was the longest suspension bridge in the country, and it was also designed by John A. Roebling, who was an amazing engineer and would later go on to create the Brooklyn Bridge in New York City, which was also inspired by the Roebling Suspension Bridge. This bridge became a big symbol of innovation and connection, and by linking these two cities, the bridge strengthened the economic ties and made transportation that much easier. Still today, it is sitting as this reminder of what connection can do for a city. By the 20th century, the Cincinnati Riverfront had become a huge major hub for commerce, transportation, and manufacturing. The river played a key role in moving goods around and fueling the local economy. However, as the industry grew along the river, so did things like pollution. Smoke from factories began to overtake the air and waste clouded the river water, stripping away at the natural beauty of the area as the years began to pass. And over time, poor infrastructure and environmental damage caused the riverfront to be less accessible to the public. And what was once a thriving area, it began to decline, businesses slowly died out or left, and what was left of the riverfront was eventually abandoned. In the 1950s, Cincinnati was undergoing waves of urban renewal. Apart from this effort, Fort Washington Way came to be, which was a sunken expressway that was built in order to improve the traffic flow throughout the city. However, the cost was high. Neighborhoods were demolished, and this new highway actually created a barrier in between the downtown area and the riverfront. What was meant to help the city expand and grow unfortunately cut off all access to the river, separating the people from one of Cincinnati's most important landmarks. By the late 20th century, Cincinnati's riverfront was full of empty lots and underused lands. While the Paycor Stadium and Great American Ballpark brought in crowds to the riverfront area on game days, it still remained unused and inactive. The city leaders recognized the need for a change and set out to begin the plans in order to revitalize the space and to reconnect it with the city. The first major step in this process was the reconstruction of Fort Washington Way, which would be a project that would make it easier for people to access waterfront and lay down the foundation for future developments. Phase 1 of the Banks project was officially approved in 2007 and began construction in 2008. This major redevelopment plan was aimed to transform the city's riverfront with residential, commercial, and public spots along the river, turning this abandoned area into a thriving and livable area. The heart of this project was to create a space of true community. This was going to be a place where people could live, hang out, play, and enjoy the many amenities while being on the river. One key piece of this plan was the Purple People Bridge. This pedestrian-only bridge allows people to walk directly from the Cincinnati Riverfront to Newport, Kentucky, where they can explore the aquarium, shop at local stores, and enjoy dining and entertainment. The bridge also makes it easy for Newport residents to access everything Cincinnati's riverfront has to offer, creating a strong connection between the two communities. This further links the two communities together and encourages people to explore and try new experiences. Today, the Banks is so much more than a neighborhood. It acts as a symbol of reconnection and renewal. One of the most loved additions to the riverfront was Smale Park. With water fountains, interactive gardens, and playgrounds, it invites all people around the area and tourists to enjoy the wonderful scenery. Where it was once just an empty parking lot, it is now full of swings, flowers, and families designed to celebrate the past while embracing new features and connection of the future. The renewal of the Banks has sparked life into the riverfront. Businesses are thriving, people have places to live, tourists come to view the breathtaking views, and locals come to hang out and enjoy the many amenities. The riverfront isn't just a river, but it has become the heart of the downtown area. The Cincinnati Riverfront is so much more alive today than it has ever been before. What was once an empty lot filled with parking spaces has now turned into a vibrant space that pulses with life throughout the year. From the big excitement of game days, to crowds flooding into the street wearing Bengals orange or the Reds red, to the live music that drifts from live concerts, the riverfront has become a huge celebration. The weekends turn the riverfront into a social hub, with people filling the streets and paths, having street performers, and being able to go down to the waterfront to watch the beautiful sunset over the skyline, drawing people from both downtown Cincinnati and across the river from Covington, Kentucky. The riverfront has become a shared place that connects instead of divides. The Ohio River, which used to be seen as a boundary between Ohio and Kentucky, is now the connecting piece. People from Cincinnati, Newport, and Covington, Kentucky can come together along the river to relax and celebrate. This transformation has blurred the boundaries between the two states, showing how a river can connect people just as much as it can separate them. It's hard to think about now, but this entire area was once a working port with warehouses, a big industry, and then later just a lot full of empty concrete that was abandoned for decades. It wasn't until the vision of the urban planners, designers, and community that the space was able to be made new. It isn't just a park, but a connection that could bridge two cities together. This huge transformation is an example of what happens when the urban planning team prioritizes important factors such as walkability, accessibility, and takes in the needs of the people who live there. Now that it's filled with life, the riverfront turned into a place where neighbors, families, and visitors can come together to enjoy the city and each other. The Cincinnati Riverfront tells a powerful story about urban renewal, showing that redevelopment isn't just about new buildings or roads. It's about reconnecting cities, neighborhoods, and the people who call them home. This is the power of connection, and this is the Cincinnati Riverfront.